Go ahead, I'm just gonna...
I'm a bit distracted. Okay guys, I did think I had like 40 minutes of a slot here. I was going to show a few examples of code and how to make a custom plugin, something a bit more interesting than what it goes on with. I can't do that now. So I'll see you later.
See you down the pub.
I think everyone in this room at the moment is a app developer. Not a BuzzTouch app developer.
Thank you. That's fantastic.
As I said, everyone here is an app developer. Whereas I think I'd like to regard myself as something different. I'm a BuzzTouch plugin developer or a view controller developer from that point. I give a brief history before about what I've done. The last 18 months I've been creating weird and wonderful things that work and integrate well with the BuzzTouch community. A lot of that has been inspired by Mad Rod and Lass, because these tend to be the guys who come to me with the most complicated stuff. Sherry is actually also very good at passing me impossible stuff to transfer it over, because normally it's Android for iOS, but that's a skill in its own. I did want to show up some of the things that come with it. What I've been doing over the last 12 months is a lot of modifications. So when it comes to the likes of the menu list apps, it's been turned into the favourites plugin. Is it all there? So what I figured out, the moment of inspiration for me was about 12 months ago when David said, look, if you can't find someone to do a plugin for you who doesn't know what a view controller is, then it's not worth it paying them the money to be able to do it. So that was the point when I started to look at things to say, hey, them little bits of code are exactly the same as these, except with a load more BT letters in front of them all from that. So that's what started, and my first one started off with the Buzz Carousel. Now I looked at that, I played with it.
Which is world famous, by the way. Which is thousands of apps and things epic.
Well, Nick Lockwood, I emailed him around the time I was making it. He was just like, yeah, go for it, do whatever you want to do with it. Super cool guy.
Yeah.
Cool. Really.
The guy who
really the guy who made the code, who said he just did it while he was lolling around and just doing nothing wrong. What I figured out from that, the carousel menu, the more I played with it, because you look at it and it's got all these methods, and I started to pick up that near enough every method corresponded to what the UI table view would do. So it's got select at index, move, rotate, all that sort of thing. So I started to put all the pieces in, obviously with a bit of help from David in the end at the first go. I love the UI table view. I think it's
amazing.
Everything I know is subclassed off. Any sort of fancy menu you see, whether it be the favourites plugin, the music carousel that I've designed, which unfortunately we can't get on the telly at the moment.
You're close.
Would you call
it a telly?
Telly,
yeah.
That's so
cool.
Telly?
But the beauty of it is every bit of code comes from this UI kit, which goes into all these different view controllers that David was talking about before, and that anything is possible. I can't come up with a good idea ever. The only time I come up with good ideas and all these screens never come from me. Somebody said, actually, Deval's there, she had an absolutely horrific looking countdown thing on her screen.
Really horrible.
I mean,
horrible looking
countdown thing.
Numbers and white and black.
It was HTML, it was all...
It's just
and I said, you know, Deval, I could actually make something a bit better. But that's just about seeing something that goes out there. And when it comes to I know a lot of guys use it. I know Steve's a massive user of JavaScript. I hate it. As far as I'm concerned, native is what you want. If you want something that looks sweet, responsive, works all the time, with or without internet connection, you need to be able to use the nice, clean, fancy buttons, screens. Oh yeah, native code. Yeah, so I wanted something that comes into it, and that was the part for me. And the only way to get through, it's not native, third-party native code would be the way to discuss it, because UI kit, especially iOS 5, 6, wasn't that nice. I wasn't a fan of these rounded rectangle buttons. I liked flat. I like stuff that animated. I like text at jaunty angles, you know what I mean? I wanted to make things look stand out and be able to be different. And that's where I put myself out. So what we'll do is I'll just showcase this music one that Lass is extremely proud of. I'll give you an example. This is something that's come from 2 different types of plugin developed. This is the Carousel music player. This is going to be completely different to what's going to be released to the market. And which you've often seen it on the forums. I mean, I make a plugin, somebody wants it to do wash the dishes from that sort of point of view. This is showcasing our lovely mosaic menu. Something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
Really
really
good.
Is that going into the plugin market as well?
Yeah, this one will be able to go into the plug-in markets as well eventually.
How much that mean?
Yeah, again, it's something different. It borrows itself from the Windows Phone type of thing, so it's nice.
Tiles.
These tiles can be live as well. I have figured out how to do that. They can be able to be animated. The
Yeah.
Carousel music player.
Ah, that's not.
That's where the internet won't work.
Dude,
It
that's
should do,
sweet.
shouldn't it?
Oh, so you added the music player to the carousel?
Yeah, the music. And if you flip up the phone, you'll be able to control it from outside of the app as well.
You can probably do a video with that as well, can't you?
And skip it, see a bit more, but everything moves as long as you go. It's all up to date. It'll scroll. If we tap the icons at the top, it'll give us more information.
Boom.
Oh, that's cool, you've got the links.
And that all links in fine, so if you just go back on...
Perfect band.
Do I do the little
app coming
strag and sit? So this all goes through. We've got the share, this goes to the favourites. It doesn't have to be a silly little button up top with
Can
an
you
arrow.
make it skip genres like hip hop in this choice?
We could
No,
be
I'm
able to-
teasing.
Very easy to do, it's
I'm
all in the
teasing.
child
I'm
license.
teasing.
Links in
I
with
love
that. We've got a music, as well as the tile being there, it is actually a music player, so you can pause it,
Oh
Wow,
wow.
that is cool.
Dude,
Start it.
bam.
go back again,
I haven't seen anything like
and go
this
into the
in there.
favourites or whatever
Well,
that is.
let me add
Bomb.
this one to the favourites because it's not been added.
Okay.
So that's the
Oh, that's
So
so
you,
cool.
you get a lemon?
yeah, that's the name of the product, Music Lemon.
Boom.
I say people go to this favourites, and I've sold it to a few people, and they're saying they want fancier icons. I say, well, that's not my job to do that. I'll give
Right.
you something, you need to be able to take that onto yourself.
Right.
So we've got nice favourites, we've got nice, it clicks through if you pull it down, we've got nice stretchy effect.
Nice
which-
animation with the easing.
So we've got this. All these songs will be able to play, so if we were to play a song, it'll play automatically the top one. It'll also stop the other albums from playing as well.
I'm gonna work on your one now.
Is it on mine as well?
Yeah.
Let this go.
You need to
So if we were to go back,
Nice.
and if we click on the favourites again, it'll go back to the album it was coming from. So you can have multiple albums come from this, so it's all very clever. Scringo, people was asking before, you don't have to have it so it comes sliding out, we can have it... Press a Scringo
Go
button.
back to the other screen where we just were.
Excuse me.
So go on.
Play. Where were we playing? Just a second. The playlist.
Playlist.
Yeah. Can you bump that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boom.
that's part of the.
Can you what?
You can share it with your buddy and just tap it over.
There we
the
go.
whole list and all the album and all the
The,
music.
the concept is that you can only share it with other Music Lemon apps.
Right.
That way we won't
Huge.
we won't infringe on
Right.
the labels, and
Exactly.
they'll be a lot happier if it's.
If you want to give your friend a
controlled.
song, you just bump
Yeah.
it. That's why the bump.
I think what we've got to remember as well is this is all BuzzTouch, this is all controlled from the back end, so this showcases that it's the world,
Create.
the world of the simple menu list is gone, we can do so much more than what it comes into. So that is that is the project we're working on at the moment, and just a bit of an example of what's going on. So that's
Can we give you like a giant standing ovation right now? Or?
Yeah.
I'll show you some of the other things that is going on at the moment. Someone on the forum posted that it's too difficult to make a game for BuzzTouch. It's not possible, so last night, when I was meant to be doing this presentation,
I didn't get to yell at him yet.
we knocked up a simple game, something that'll be able to get controlled. So this will be, well, what did I say it was going to be called? Salad Dodger.
Salad Dodger.
Because I'm not good with any artwork, so Rowan, this could be you making the lettuces over there. We've got a lovely little game. Gets a little
Basically,
faster.
their aim is
You've just
to-
got to
is to
dodge.
get you.
Yeah, you've just got to
So
dodge
change
them.
your graphics and make it anything you want.
Yeah. So that's a
That is
nice
actually
easy
pretty
game, isn't
cool.
it? Although
Dodge the politician.
Can we do
Do that levels.
So you just got
What happens when he gets hit?
if he gets hit,
It finishes.
there you go.
Boom.
But it'll be a bit nicer than that, obviously.
Yeah.
I did knock this up in 2 hours.
Change the
But
words.
yeah, again,
You've hit the jackass or whatever.
yeah. And
Yeah.
super
I
simple
hate
to be able to
beaver
come in.
dodge or
Very
something.
spoony.
Because, you know, I looked at the code that David did for the, the squat the bug thing. I thought, it's simple, only a few lines of code. I had to put the logic, how am I going to make it touch, how am I going to make it drag. Turns out that whole game is literally 30 lines of code. I counted it.
I tried to tell everybody that this is too complicated. This is an example.
I know that, I love the bug game. It was a great experiment, but let's be honest. So I've just got the examples of this. What else we've got that's coming down? That's
So we have to
touchy
hire
part.
somebody now. Can you retire from the prison system yet?
Yeah, I'd love to be able to.
So I'm trying to offer him a job as well.
Well, you got
I said-
money, so
I say, well,
let's
this-
go your way.
Saying about the tutorial, for the tutorial side of things, you see all these blank, crappy things. These are just things I know from that. Mobile tuts. is a massive one for me, and Ray Venderlich. I think we made a pea shooter game as well the other day. Yet again,
Shoot his head.
you've got 30 seconds basically just to keep on shooting crap at him. I think it's basically a play on the how many times can you hit the button in a minute
Right.
sort of game
Right,
from
right,
that.
right.
But yet again, people seem to like this sort of stuff personally. I think it's pointless, but each to their own from that sort of
So
point.
can we throw challenges out there?
Machines.
Well, yeah, well,
I'll give you a
I
challenge.
like the ideas.
Oh, you keep finishing. I'm sorry. Pac-Man action.
This is awful, this game. But yet again, this is one using the... This is all because
Oh,
some
the
idiot
unique setup.
called me out on the forum that games can't be made on BuzzTouch. But, what a pile of shit game.
We're crashing.
But yet
That's right.
again, so we've got all these sorts of things. So I'm quite happy that we can make any of the moves on with that. One of my biggest bugbears on the forum is people... I made up, I say this before to a group of people, I made up people feel confident that they can go on and make an app. They can get the simple menu screen and they make a load of lists. They're just not very good. They don't put, there's no effort in it. Instead of rushing it, I can only encourage people to try and invest a little time, maybe invest a little money in a certain few dollar carousel application from that side of things just to be able to get it to be improved. I've got some examples of...
What do you think?
This is Chris Childer's one. This is something him and his son done. Yet again, something completely simple. You know, nice and easy. It's got several people's plugins in. We've got the famous tic-tac-toe. You know, this doesn't work, by the way, on iOS 7.
It doesn't work?
No,
It does work now.
It does. No, it does if you compile it with the old...
They've took away the option for the images, haven't they? So it doesn't come up.
No, it works.
It works
I've got
now?
one, yeah.
Oh, laughing, okay. I was just trying it the other day and it was coming up with an
Well, I
error,
think
so-
if you compile it with a new...
Oh, right. Okay.
with the new Xcode, maybe it won't, but...
Try to think. Where's my other stupid game? Here we
That's
go.
cute. Those are good. Those are good.
That is cute.
What did you make this for?
Silly swimmers.
Is this yours?
Yeah, it's a legendary game.
No, no.
I can't remember who it was.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
one of these games,
We
if
make
you
it-
change
make
the
it happen.
graphics, you get a
This is
completely
Chris
different
Childer, he's
experience.
Levin's
Yeah.
gardener.
Yeah.
But yet again, he comes up to me and says, look, I want you to knock this game code together and, you know, so we've
You
got
make
some
a
stuff.
plant growing one.
A plant grown one.
That's very Atari-like, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Another one, the music's catchy, I don't know why it's not coming out of the phone to be honest, but
Turn the volume.
no. You just go doom 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 doom.
Typical game track. It's awesome.
And then we got another one, we got Lass's entry here. And yeah, again, this is just a difference in what the favourite app will look like.
I love the old school cassettes.
There's been an update to it, hasn't
Yeah, I've just updated it though.
there?
And yet again, it's just the you know, people take their own slants on things, start to put their own images on. I know
Excellent free time.
Mr. David's been given access to this now. Yet again, he's took this to another level. He's integrated his own sort of drop-down menus that says when the favourites button, and it's just about if I, Chris 1, David is to deliver you these plugins, then it's about you taking them by the horns and change them to whatever you want.
Right.
All I want to really showcase is that anything is possible.
Yeah.
Anyone who says you can't make a game on it, we've seen we've got a game.
Well, I'm gonna
You
give
might
it
be a
huge round of
genius.
applause. I'm gonna go back to one other screen. I'll give you a little challenge for the next whatever
Go.
long you
Which
want
one?
per round. Go back to the game where you're shooting the green ball at the
Oh,
monster.
I'm never going to look at that ever again.
Yeah, but you might now. I think this will be fun.
Go on.
Based on some of the previous emails that we had. Move the little monster to the right a little. I'm just going to talk. Move the little monster to the right a little bit so he's a little bit small, maybe a little smaller.
Yeah.
Put a vertical line down the middle of the screen. Okay? Vertical line down the middle of the screen. Let me drag the guy on the left up and down. And let me drag the guy on the right up and down. The idea of the game is it's a two-player game. Bluetooth it.
Right.
I control the
Oh,
guy on the
that's
left, you
cool,
try to
yeah.
shoot me. The other guy on the left. In other words, the guy on the, one kid's got the shooter, the other kid's got the dodger.
The dodger.
And-
I've had
and-
reasonable
and
success with
I
the
think you can
Bluetooth.
do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then there's your challenge. Just see if you can make a two-person game where you're literally trying to either
I'm
throw
trying to-
things at each other or shoot
Miguel's
things at
is,
each other.
Miguel's is the one I've actually got close to working. The
So you
tic-tac
figured out
toe.
Bluetooth. What
Oh yeah, the games, yeah, the
yeah, you
peer-to-peer
move
stuff.
data back and forth. That could be cool.
That's what
and
it is.
maybe not even Wi-Fi it, and just go phone to phone.
Yeah, Bluetooth.
So
to
it's-
Bluetooth.
I
Right.
click
Well
around.
done, dude. Well done. That's cool.
Any questions?
But I fixed
Yeah,
it.
How do you make it?
Do you have a brother?
Is there a mini me? Is there a mini me?
As I said, you can find
It's not.
full sort. You can find full
Makes sense.
packages for any games. You're just looking for the first one. Normally they're called view controller. That particular, the Silly Swimmers game, that's actually 3 screens in. The first screen you see is actually a splash screen to another screen behind another screen. So once you find out what's the main controller, then everything else just flows the buzz touch way.
For you, that's
awesome. That's
It is though.
But I refuse to believe
Well,
that,
you're a genius.
that no one else can do that. It's just about sitting there, headbutting the screen for a few hours, and just
And it works.
you just reap the rewards when
Well,
you've
you have
done
a
it.
gift though too, Kitsy, and we're so
Oh,
glad
yeah,
you
see,
found
that's what I
one
was
such
saying.
man.
Yeah.
It's got more than one.
Perseverance.
More than one gift. That's good stuff.
I'm the dude.
I'm going to try to talk about a couple of things.